Hello everyone, nice to see you. I'm here to touch base with you today about energy shifts and what's going on right now. February 2021. One of the things I do here as I'm talking to people every single day about their lives experiences is energy. Their energy, is it up? Is it down? Is it scattered? Is it focused? What is this we constantly talk about? And how much of what our energy is doing is affected by the things around us. This is something that I've been getting many questions on lately, so we're just going to touch base on this very briefly. So when I am doing a reading, when I'm reading a living person or looking at the dynamics of their life, I want you to think of it this way. They are a condensed body of energy. That's what we all are. So there we are. We have this unit of vibrations, thoughts, attitudes, experiences, high feeling, low feeling. There we are. We're this internal universe. Then we have the people who are around us kind of in our intimate surroundings, in our lives, our families, I guess what we would call our inner network. Then there's maybe our outer network, which again is the people that we work with on a daily basis. They are all energies which mix together and create these bigger bodies of energies. And then there's what we call the collective energetic body, which is just the whole earth, like one big body. The collective energetic body is what's going on that larger level. So things like politics, a little bit going on with that recently in the world. That's in the collective larger energetic body. And these are things out there that can absolutely impact and extract energy from us as individual energetic beings. So this meteorology analogy that I talk about when I'm reading someone in a reading, and one of the reasons I forget everything is there's no sense retaining any of this. It's like a meteorologist looking at atmospheric conditions. And you notice areas where there's clarity and areas where there's visibility, low visibility, pockets of turbulence. So that's kind of a good analogy about that. So as I said, we have those several different types of energy. Now, what is the number one determining factor of your energy this month right now? What is it that's affecting and afflicting us the most right now in our personal energetic bodies? Well, the number one influencer there is going to be whether you're taking rest, physically, mentally, spiritually, whether you are doing the right work physically, mentally, and spiritually, whether you're taking time to play, whether you're eating and sleeping and moving. That actually is going to be the number one contributing factor to your energy this month. I am one of those people who does understand psychosomatic connections, and but honestly, we are physiological beings. Sometimes it's hormones that we are dealing with. Sometimes it's external stress we are dealing with. Like there are a lot of things going on there. Sometimes something repeatedly coming up in your throat chakra is just an infection. It is just a cold. Not everything has to mean that there's some spiritual arena in which we're failing and needing to get things figured out. So number one, get yourself a break if you're feeling a little low. So in terms of your energy, yes, always. And that's not just this chapter, that's the rest of your life. Have a look at the things that you are doing in your life for self-nurturing and self-care. That's not rocket science. That's not exactly everything we're here to talk about today. Now, I want you to look at, we don't need to go back over this. It's almost been over talked about and overdone, but this whole kind of a hitting that default switch, tuning in, seeing what's important. We all know that that's been going on. And there is this collective wave of energy that I started to feel around the middle of January, and I started to see and kind of talk about with people around last September. And of course, it could be coincidental that it moves in alignment with recent political changes in other countries. But the fact is, it's just been coming for us for a while, one way or another. And these things may be aligned kind of like stars, but in a way, this is more about us and something tangible and plausible. So when there's a wave, I want you to think of this. Either you kind of have a surfboard and you are cresting that wave, And that's what's been going on with a lot of people who are trying to practice emotional intelligence, be more self-aware, understand what the universe or God or whatever you want to call it is trying to help us extract from this. We don't need to follow that number one rule of looking for the superpowers in every single crisis. Always look for the superpowers. But that's not the only thing. When we move on this wave, it's not just about that. It's like an ascension process. It's letting go of outdated or past paradigms, beliefs, even desires, good, bad, negative, positive, indifferent. Doesn't matter. That's really, again, indifferent to that. It's not the point. The point is that these waves move us to different places. And what we're noticing here, however, is as we are cresting the wave, as there are people cresting the waves, there are people who are still anchored to their comfortable realities and belief systems, and albeit maybe effective, but still just outdated paradigms, right down to negative and toxic things. All of our lower vibrating things that we've nestled into and become comfortable in, we are being challenged to move forward without them or stay kind of like that wave is going, but we've got an anchor. So we end up, as it's flowing, we end up just in that undertow. And there are a lot of people going through that right now. So when we have our own energy, it's immediately perceptible to us, and we understand why we might feel high or low energy. Yes, I ate a cheesecake last night. I might be dragging it a little bit today. And then even in our internal but extended network, our family, our loved ones, we know this. There's a collective energy. If everyone's getting along and doing well, we're vibrating higher. We're living differently. We're focused on lighter things. If there's stress within the family, it affects the collective entity. So here we go, all the way up to the big one, the collective one. One of the mistakes that I think we make as human beings is to assume that reality ceases to expand or exist past our point of perception. Like if we can't see it or detect it, then it just somehow isn't there. It's an anomaly or a mystery that it's there. There's lots of things we can't detect, like the internet. But what I'm saying is that it's a misunderstanding that things don't exist there. So is it fair that your energy might be down right now? Because the world is going through a healing crisis? No. Is it fair if you're a spiritual empath and your gut spins when you're sitting beside someone who's grieving? No. Is fair what we're supposed to be looking for? Are we wanting to look and more so deal in reality? So here's what this comes down to. Several people have messaged me and said, I'm taking care of myself. I'm doing all the things I need to do. My energy is still low. Look at all the factors. Look at the fact that we're basically, we've gone through the last year, where we are in the time of year. And understand that the collective energetic body is just vibrating at slightly a lower speed right now. And if you are doing the things you need to do to keep your energy high, then you are one of those strong cells within that energetic body, and your energy will be contributing to the balance of the whole, that collective energetic body. So if you are drained, and it's maybe a combination of other physiological, mental, spiritual, just other environmental things, note that if you are drained, it may be that your energy is going towards something, let's say, positive. Maybe within that intimate or small network, you are kind of holding things afloat. So yes, we're under a little bit of it right now, a little bit of heavy vibrating energy. So quickly, 3 things you can do about that. Number 1, allow yourself to be human. Just because you are a compassionate human being does not mean you have to feel compassionate all the time. And what this means is this, we try to hold our energy and understand everyone's under stress. And when we do sneak out to the store, we want to try to be kind. Absolutely. But what that doesn't mean is that if you feel unkind, that you're somehow failing. You are human, be human, and don't give yourself a hard time for that too. Do try to sleep and try to keep your thoughts positive, and that's where some affirmations or binaural waves or things can come in. Your sleep really is rather important. Try going a half an hour early or something. Doing those things you need to do to get deeper into that REM sleep and producing some more of that healthy HGH that you need. And the third thing I can say that you can do is if you feel your energy being pulled, just consciously let it go. Pull the old Care Bear countdown. Just move with it. Just let the energy go. That is where you will find yourself no longer feeling like you're being. How can you be drained when you are consciously channeling in that energy from around you, from that collective energetic body on those higher speeds, and channeling it down and moving it out into these lower frequencies, like instruments moving into tune together. So you're strong if you're feeling tired right now. And always remember to look at all of those other things. Look to find the superpowers. Get your rest, get your play, do right work, love yourself, love others, all those basic things. And try to get into a little trouble every once in a while. That's kind of the most important one. Thank you so much. I am off. I'm working hard here in the lair on all kinds of things. I know I've been saying that for a while because it's true. And so I will see you guys all again and not too far off in the future. Have a good day.